Just need a little bit of something. I just need a little bit of love, mom. I just need a little bit of conscience. I just need a little bit of Something working. All right. Getting a little bit of a late night coding sense. Again, just some coding practice. No crazy problems, but man, my fundamentals suck. So, we getting it in. Must say, freshman year me would be struggling with this. I kind of have to tell myself this. Because this is improvement, you know. One of the biggest things I struggle with one of the things that I really do struggle with is acknowledging my growth and being a little bit too arrogant in my skills, you know. It used to be a confident thing where I was just confident in my abilities to do great, which is awesome. But if you don't back it up, it is arrogance. So again, I'm back at square one. I really am, because I know I can code. I know that I can improve. Right. What I struggle with is just putting in the work. You know, it used to be my go-to. Putting in the work used to be the easiest thing I could do. Now it's going to be the hardest. So I should be asleep right now. But it's like, if I can put up some hours to get better at coding when I have that job and I have to stay up to finish a project, I'll be able to do better. So see how this goes. I am getting better. So again, one of the things I had to learn about this project right here, right, was this. So again, I knew that this was possible, but I do get stuck in my way sometimes. I was trying to do some craziness, like I was trying to do this for all these, but if I keep track of being scored and then compare each one, because in my head I was like, oh, I gotta compare judge 2, judge 3, judge 3. No, if judge 2 is less than min score, boom, then that's the lowest. If judge 3 is lower than minimum score, and you just update the minimum score each time. That is something that is really helping me out. Now when I go with my next problem, I can be like, oh shoot, I don't have to do this and or and or. He's doing good. Alright, let's lock in. So I already completed this one. I did a good job, right? What was I even talking about? I was talking about this. So things I needed, key takeaways. Having something to score and updating it, right? Updating it with the newer value. So because I took min score and assigned it to judge one, right? I didn't make minimum score 0 per now. I didn't do nothing. I assigned it to judge, and I was able to compare each score with the new updated version of the minimum score. So minimum score was 1. Okay, is Judge 2 less than minimum score, which is Judge 1? No. Okay, what about nothing? No. Okay, what about nothing? No. Nothing. That means Judge 1 is lowest. And with that being said, if Judge 1 equals minimum score, we're gonna get that out the way. Also, if Judge 2 equals minimum score, get that out the way. Just told you. Now, the only thing that confused me was the duplicates part, right? The duplicate part of it is if, what if score 9, what if the first judge's score was 9, and then the next judge's score was 4, the third one was 4, and the fifth one was 5, right? The only one that's confusing me was like knowing which one to drop, right? And then if there's 4 of them, which one is to drop. But at the end of the day, if you just drop the first occurrence, then that's how this solves it. So what this does is that it solves the first occurrence. And another thing I had to realize is the reason of the else if statement. So in my head, I was like, if this, and then I'm screwed. But else if, because like with the if statement, if this happens, boom. If I have 4 if statements, they all can trigger, right? They all can trigger. This one doesn't really work that way because its minimum score is being assigned to them. It does 1, 2, 2. She does 2, 3, and 4. Well, this one, if I did all if statements, these would all trigger. If this one doesn't trigger, then this one will trigger. This one doesn't trigger, then this one will trigger. If this one doesn't trigger, and this one, and I didn't really understand that about else ifs. I was like, my whole head? I was like, there's no point in having else ifs. That is no point. If you want this to trigger, right, and only this to trigger, and I thought if statements were that. I thought if statements was like, if you want this to trigger, then you want to trigger. But no, if you want this to trigger, it will trigger, and if this does not, right, it will go on to that. Very easy, very obvious things, but these are things I need to know. I'm also going to be teaching kids computer science over the summer. I have to know these things, right? I have to know these things. Else if is for when you want this to trigger and nothing else. If is when you want a block of code to do something, but guess what? If you have other ifs, the other ifs will trigger as well. Just like these, all these ifs will trigger. This in between gets in the way of functionality. If I have an if and then an if and then an if, right? It's a little bit different, but I have an if and if else. This doesn't trigger. This will trigger, and nothing else will trigger. Not completely nothing else, but like that's what we got with that. I'm just going over a little bit of my code just so I can hold up. Wasn't like a crazy breakthrough or nothing. And also the thing about me is that's very ironic. Some people struggle with breaking down problems. That is literally my strong suit. I'm very good at problem solving, extremely good. I'm very good at thinking outside the box. So that's really the biggest reason as to why programming is for me. But the problem is that typing it. Again, I have to give myself credit because when I first started trying to do C++ again, I was like, what is print again? What is this? How do I even do all this stuff? I don't remember how to like put this stuff in. It's super discouraging because it's like I was in school for 4 years, bro. I was in school for 4 years and I came out and I couldn't code. And it's not that I really couldn't code, it's that I didn't code. Right, so it's like as if I went to a soccer camp for 4 years, become a soccer player, and I never actually practiced dribbling the ball. That's basically what I did with computer science. That's what I did, because I was like, why is it so hard? Right, I was comparing myself with other people. Why is it so hard? Why did these? Am I bleeding? I think I'm bleeding on my foot. I don't know why. I don't know why the back of my foot is bleeding, but it is. But I had to realize it's like you're getting upset because this dude has been playing soccer or practicing dribbling since he was 4 years old. I'm not saying there are people who've been coding since they were 4, but that's just an example. It's just like you can't get mad at that. Or this person started practicing a year before you, and you are not practicing at all. Well, of course they're gonna be better than you. They're gonna understand stuff better. And I didn't give up, right? But I didn't put in the work. and it hurt me. It hurt me, and I just wanted it to all just click. I thought it would just all click, and it wasn't until I just sat down with a book, a programming book, and I was like, you know what, learn how to code, and then I picked up a book on how to program, and even that wasn't enough, right? It's like, yeah, no, but like you don't understand fundamentals of that thing. Was teaching me how to problem solve and program, but it wasn't necessarily teaching me the language. So again, I like C++. I like coding in C++. I really do. I like it more than Python. I might start liking Python in the future more, but I like C++. I really do. And I think C++ is still in very much demand. I don't know what class it was, but I enjoyed the object-oriented coding with C++. This is problem 10. So use functional decomposition to write a C++ program that determines the medium 3 input. Okay, so let's see. Right. Program that determines median 3 input numbers. The median, okay, I know what the median I didn't know it had to be, oh yeah, median is total number when the 3 numbers outside. So this, I can already tell by this problem right here, I'm going to have to compare which one's the medium, which one's the medium, smallest, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm getting from it already. Values can be put to any one, two, three, four. Did I do index? Values can be put into any. So, something new done. Once you have the 3 number case where you can send them to have 5 numbers. Oh, I thought those were 4 numbers. That's why I was confused. I thought it was 4 numbers. And then it wants me to do 5. So that makes it a little bit easier. Alright. So first things first. I have take in. First things first. I take in 3 inputs. Simple enough. I take in 3 inputs. Alright. Next thing I need to do is I need to save the first input. Save first input in mid number, right? Right. Very similar to the last one for the functionality. I need to do if number 1 I do this would be in number equals inputs. Okay, so if min number equals if min number is less than in 2, no, this is why it's a little bit different. So input. Alright. So I'm trying to think if there's a different way I can do this also, because I don't need to. I need to compare it with all 3, right? So let me start writing something. Like writing on my code, verse 2. So say say we have 3. So we have 7, 3, and 6, right? We took the first one. 7 equals number 1. 3 equals number 2. 6 equals number 3. Right. Right now we have the first input that is num 1 equals num min number equals 7. All right. Now we need to check. We need to check if min is less than 2. Alright, what happens then? What happens then? If we're trying to find a middle number, actually. So all I need is actually just, right? I'm trying to think if I do it the other way, where I just update it so there's less code, or if I just do if num1 is less than or greater than, is num1 less than or greater than num2. So the problem with that is that when I take more inputs, it's a lot harder, right? It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder. If I were to do it the way I'm thinking about, like less than or equal than, that means it gets harder with the amount of inputs. So that's why I put it update it and save it. And it doesn't matter how many numbers I choose to save, it doesn't really make a difference. Unless if I do a middle number, if for 5 I do a middle number instead. Well, let's think. So what if I do, if min number is less than 2, right? We know that it has to be the first or second number, right? Right? It's definitely an easy problem, but I'm trying to do it in a very optimal way, because I know I could just do compare them between num1 and num2. I know I could do that. But when it gets to 5, when it gets to 11 numbers, it's going to be much more difficult. So I need to find a way to do it in a way that I can update it and can take 5 variables without me adding like a bunch of lines of the same code. Okay, that's the actual hard part, right? That's the actual difficult part. We take in 3 inputs. If min number is less than num2, what do I want to happen? So that's the problem. It's min number that's starting me off. We want this to be middle number, actually. So if middle number less than 2. Alright, the middle number is less than 2. Because I don't need to store. I'm trying to think. The last one I was looking for the minimum number. Alright. I'm not looking for the minimum number. Right now I'm looking for the middle number. Right, and the order doesn't matter. Right. So say if it's 7, 3, and 6. If I take the biggest number, I'm trying to use a part of the last problem to solve it, because I'm pretty sure that's definitely helpful. These problems have been pretty sequential, where like the next one relates to the next ones. If middle So if middle number is greater than number 2, so yeah, middle number equals input equals, so it equals 7. It equals 7. Number equals 7. If I think it's that easy actually. So if it's greater, if middle number is greater than num2, right? We only have 3 options, right? So if it's greater, if num1, right? Whatever number is, if it's greater than num2, the middle number has to change. I think that's what's confusing me. So, right? So if middle number it has a I don't want to do it that way. I feel like there's an easier way to do it. If middle number is greater than num2, middle number is greater than num2. So if num1 is greater than num2, we know that it's num3. Alright. We know it's this one. If num1 is greater than num2, so it starts off as middle number. If this is greater, we know it's this. So how about this? One, 3, 6. Right. So that checks out for that one. So if number's greater than this, 6. Right. Right, now okay, so little equals number equals. Alright, so if num1 is greater, because this is the number 6. If num1 is greater than num2, let me think about it. If num1 is greater, because if this was 6, it'd still be this one, right? If this was 1, it would still be this one. All the way up, equals 3, right? Alright. Let me check this. If middle number is greater, right? Middle number. Let's give me another one. Right. Right. If middle number that's cool. So what about this one? What about this one? How would you solve this one? How would you solve this one? So middle number is greater I would do if else equals num 3. Middle number is now num 3. Middle number is now num 3. Right? If num 3 is the greatest, right? Or if num 3 is the greatest. If num 3 is the greatest, I think I'm onto it. So I'm gonna go out here. This score is gonna help me a bit. Okay. If middle number, I think that is gives me the answer. But what is this? Alright. Else if middle number is greater. So my number is 3 right now. 3. Try out the way you're trying to do. Else if middle number is less, if it's less than num 2, if it's less than num 2, middle so that makes sense. If middle less than num 2, 2. Else another problem I'm having is that I'm trying to think so hard about the next solution. Let me think about how I can solve this first and then update it. That's not good. So I'm pretty sure I've solved it. Else if middle number equals So floats 1, 2, 3 inputs. Ask first input right? If the middle number, which is the front, is less than number 2, it has to be 3. Because look, if this one, or if it's greater than number 2, right. So middle number is less than 2. Alright, so that's what we have so far. See out middle. is 0. Number is 0. So so it keeps putting, right? And it's like 3, that's the middle number. We're just gonna put 3, the middle number is 3. It's num 2. Middle number is, if middle number is less than num 2. So if middle number is greater than num 2, middle number is greater 3, 8, 11. So it should be the first one. If middle number is greater than number 2, which it is, middle number equals number 3. No, so if the middle number is less than number 2, that's weird. If middle number is greater than number 2, if middle number, so middle number starts off as 8, right? Middle number equals num 1. First one is 8. If middle number is greater than num 2, which it is, middle number should equal num 3. So that's why it's wrong. If anywho, it shouldn't be outputting that. Yeah, but what if it is this one? Yeah, what if it is A3, love it. If middle number we don't want to use an or statement. Why is it doing this one at the very least? If the middle number is less than 2, it's not less than 2. Okay. So So it's literally just picking out the mid-tone number each time. It seems like 143, 143. It's picking out the one note each time, which is num 2. So it's always triggering the num 2. If I do equal to, why is it always triggered? I don't get why it's always triggered. Like, it doesn't make sense. Also, if middle number. I think I'm trying to do both at the same time, and that's what's messing it up. Because the one with the bowling one or the judge one, I have separate things just setting. They're all ifs. So let me change how I'm doing this. Three, 5, 10. 5 should be another number. If middle number is greater than 2, middle number right now is 10. If it's greater than 2, it should do middle number equals 3. Yeah, first if statement. Never triggers. So second if statement, the middle, second inference. So the first and second never trigger. Why is that? I'm thinking about something wrong. If middle number is greater, so middle number, right, is num1. Right, it's only the second one. Right? So I put 10, 3, and 7. Second if statement. It's the only one that's being triggered. Why is it being triggered? Num2. Alright, so it's saying number 2. It's saying middle number is less than num2. Num2 is 3. So what is happening where the middle number is always less than num2? Why is the computer thinking that the second if statement should trigger? Something is triggering. Num1, num2, num3. Full middle number equals num1. C in num1 is greater. Num1, num2, num3. Is this what you call it? This is X. Sound like X. All that is fine. Alright. It gets here. Alright, middle number is num1. Num1 is 10. If middle number is greater than num2, which is 3, middle number equals 3. Oh, okay. I see. Middle number is now 3. And then it goes, well, if middle number is less than num2, no, it should just trigger that though. It should just trigger it. Right? I need some assistance. I don't want to ask ChatGPT yet. I'm trying to look at my old code to see. Because with my other one, int min score equals judge. If the judge 1 is less than min score, you want minimum score to equal judge 2, because it shows that. Oh, is it that? It's the way I have my logic. So num2 is if middle number. Let's think about different if statements altogether, because that's why it's doing that, and I can't figure out why. So, say if the problem is this, is that it has to be compared. So if I save the number, right, I have num1, num2, and num3. I save num1. Is num1 less than or equal to num2? No. Then the middle number is num2. I think that's how it works. So is number is if if so if middle number is greater than num2, less than 3, and number equals num1. Right? If the middle number is greater than num2, less than num3, there's a problem with this though. The problem with this is that it just becomes num1. Else if middle number, which is num1 still, that's the problem. So I'm trying to use the same update method, but the problem I'm running into is it's not the same. So it's not changing. So if middle number is greater than num2, that's great. It's num1. How do I do the other statements? How do I do the other statements is the problem. Which is why I was trying to do it the other way. It's like I can't do it this way, right? But if I do it the other way, I can change what num is, right? Alright, if middle number is greater than num2, middle number is enter num3, num1 else num2. Let's see if that does it. I just want to see if that changes something. 10, 3, is the 10. Ask for a hint. Give a hint. Hint as to why the second if statement you are not fixed. Just point. Haha, my goofy bug. What? Oof. Rookie mistake. So it said what now? It's because of. So let me go back. So okay, so it's because of this right here. So it's doing it because echo 4. So the minute number is 10. It's 10. Why? So it's wrong. It should be 4 this time. So the reason why it's wrong is because of how I'm doing the if statement, which is 3, 4, 10. 3, 4, 10. In this order, it's 10, 3, 4. It says, this one's bigger than the second one. Wait, why is it 10? This. Oh, it's actually 1, 0, 2. pick down. Pick those places. So it doesn't work. It doesn't really work when one should be it if it's less so. So it works for some of them. If middle number don't middle number is 3. Oh, number goes 3. Number goes 3, 2, 1. Okay. So if middle number is greater, than 2, I gotta think about this. If middle number, this is num1, is greater than 2, and less than 3, right? Middle number equals 1. Awesome. But then I can't do anything else with it. That's the problem, right? Or can I? So if middle number is less than 2, it's less than 2. Let's see. And it's less than 3. And middle number is great. It's less than 2. If it's less than 2, it's less than. So if middle number is less than 2, then what? Middle number is less than 2. So say if 1 is less than 2. If 1 is less than 2, so say it's 1, 3, 6. If 1 is less than 2, was 1, 2. 1 is less than 2. Greater than 3. If 1 is less than 2, then middle number is greater. What if it's this? What if it's 1, 2, 3? So if no number is or 2, 1. It should be 2. If the middle number is less, if the middle number is the first one. So the middle number is 4 right now. 2 is less than 4. Is this one so? 2 should be middle one. So if middle number, so this should be 4 is greater than 2. There should be something that can help me out. So let's break it. This is not the way. You can't give away. What we know about input system, it could be 0, 2. Shift everything over by 2, 2, 0, 1. Shift everything over by 1. 1, 2, 0. Everything over by 1, 0, 1, 2. So 0, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 0. Okay. These are the combinations. Right. So this one is 0, 2, 1, 1, 0, 2, 2, 1, 0. That's what I need to do. Each time it's 0, 1, 2. That one's in between. Trying to think. Because I might be able to use this possibly. Okay. So what's the pattern? 0 across. Right. Which one would be the middle number for this one? 0, 1, 2. There's 3 combinations, so I should just have to use 3. Alright, if I put 0, 1, and 2, which one's the middle number? Stop. It's always gonna be. One is always gonna be a middle combination, but it's the pattern of which. It's the pattern of which ordering. So this is when the middle number is in the middle, the middle number is at the end, and the middle number is at the front. 1, 2, 0. Alright. That's the pattern I need to think of. So middle number equals 0. I'm on to something. I'm definitely on to something here. 2. I don't know. I don't want to figure it out because I know it's not crazy. Because the judgment makes sense. It's like which one is the middle number, but now I'm thinking about which one is the biggest number. So If I do it the other way around. What a number. Change your thinking. Think, same thing. If judge is less than minus square equals judge. It's a little bit different in the sense because I'm not dropping a number and adding what I'm doing. I don't want the answer yet. I do not want the answer. I'll work on it for a minute. I'll give it maybe 10 more minutes, so 15. And I'll take another hit. Give it 10 more minutes. Thank you, Noah. Your safety number is 012. This is the only combination you need. 012. I'll keep on out which one's the real number. Well, I'll check if this one is this and this one. If this one is less than this one, figure one. So, is this one less than this one? Okay, but this is the first one. Is this one less than this one? No, so you can't keep doing that. That's the problem. You can't. Fine, I need it. This was it. I'm very upset because I didn't. I was just overthinking it. I don't know why I thought. Alright. That's frustrating. So. How's that work? That's what I did. I swear I did this one. It's like it's not gonna work if I just do in between, because that doesn't account for the orders. That checks if, you know, that checks for a bit, but doesn't work. So check if num1 is mean. Num1 is mean if it is not the smallest and not the largest. If it's not the smallest or the largest. So I have num1. need to show me. I'm getting. Eesh. The meaning is a number that is neither the maximum nor the minimum. So either I need to. So maybe not middle number, but let's start and min. Okay. So if middle is two. I was hoping on my life. Okay. That's cool. So I was hoping I didn't have to do it this way, especially since the old way I was just doing it. So another problem I have is just like thinking that the way that I'm doing it is too easy, right? Like I was trying to find the better way to do it. So this one is num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3. If num2 is greater than 3, the middle number is 2. I didn't even know about that though. So that's cool. That's a little bit cooler using nested. And this is the hardest one, which is if num1 is greater than or equal to num2 and num1 is greater than or num1 is greater than or equal to num3 and num1 is greater than 2. So that's a little frustrating. I might use the if else statements. That's a little frustrating. So num1 is greater than or equal to 2 and num3 should be less than. Yeah. Oh, this is very logic based. This is testing my logic. Crazy. So if num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3, right? We're gonna try this out again. because I'm not nearly as dumb as I thought I was. Right. Alright, and num 1 is less than num 3. So which means num 1 is greater than num 2. I got it. So num 1 is greater than num 2. And num 1 is less than num 3. That's that statement right there. Right? Right. For this one, it has to be num 1 is less than num 2. Num 1 is less than or equal to 2. This is a lot for my brain. I'm trying to think. Something about this. Num 1 is greater than num 2, and num 1 is less than num 3. Or num 1 is greater than num 3. Num 1 is greater than num 3. Num 1 is greater than num 3. And no. Num 1 is less than num 2. I wasn't getting this. This is what I tried to do. Now, I was gonna suck because I would get this one and be like, well, that's not enough. I don't get how this. That's frustrating. I don't get how this catches everything. So num 1 is greater than or equal to 2. Right? Num 1 is greater than or equal to 2. Num 1 is less than or equal to 3. Okay. Number 1 is greater than or equal to 3. I was gonna do that. Number 1 is greater than or equal to 3. You should. So think about just number 1. Alright, so if num1 is the median, num1 is the median, num1 is the median, is the median. This is if num1 is the, that's what you confused. Num1 is the median. So it has to be greater than, it has to be, there's 2 options, it can be switched. That's all the difference is now. So num1 is greater than or equal to 2, less than or equal to 3, or num1 is less than or equal to 2, 2 So same thing with this one. Very close, very close. And 2 is greater than or equal to 1, and 2 is less than 3. Or 2 is less than or equal to 1. Greater than or equal to 2. So that that works now. Now I have to do it for 5 numbers. Okay, now I have to do it for 5 numbers. These things. Because it says All right, so that's that. How am I supposed to do this with 5? So I know in my soul, it doesn't want me to think that hard. If it does, ooh, because there's 5 numbers I gotta do. Probably easier if I do the else statements. So let's think about it. This is hard. This is some hard thing. This is not that easy to do. Like, I'm thinking this is easy. It's not that easy. So if num1 3 6 2 I have to get the lowest and the highest for real. Which one's the smallest number? Right? Which one's the smallest number? 2. Smallest equals 2. Largest equals 8. Okay. So it's basically making me do a sorting algorithm without using any for loops. No, no. The reason why I'm trying to solve this is this very helpful to log, like, logic based things. This is very frustrating. How can I do this? Alright. Look at the class. Maybe like this one. Again, I think this one. This is very good. Better code. So if no one is greater than 2, so that's no 2 is about 2. I want to think about it because I don't want to say there's no way I can't do it with 5, but if it was so hard for just 5, how am I supposed to do it? For just 3, how am I supposed to do it with just 5? You know what I'm saying? Alright, so let's think. Let's think. It's the same thing. So say it's number 1, 2, 3. I need 1, 2, 3. It's still 3. So, why would I do that? This is really good for logic and sorry though. So if num1 is greater than or equal to I'll probably just make sure. So num1 is greater than num2. I'm gonna be able to solve this because again, this is very good for proving logic. So I must be able to solve it. So if num1 is greater than num2, what's num3? That's the same. Just same thing. I just don't get how it works. I do because look, if 1 is greater than num2, if num1 is greater than num2, num is less than num3, then it's the greatest. But what if num3 is greater than num2? I think it's or less than. So you knew. Or what if num1 is less than num2 or greater than num3? Then everything is greater than num3. So num2 greater than equal to num1 is less than num2. That's another possibility. It can be less than num1. Be less than num2. This is the regular case. Num1 is greater than num2 but less than num2. But because there's 3 numbers, it can be less than num2 or greater than num3. Which I can just have to switch it. Alright, so the same thing. So what if num2 is greater than or equal to 4? It's as if it is the middle. It's just if. 5, 6, 9, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is kind of like a divide and conquer type thing. So I did it with 3, which is very easy, but the same principle about happens with a large one. I can't think of like 5 numbers to make like the first one middle, like very easily. So like I do 5. I have 2 numbers that are smaller and 2 numbers that are big. 1 and 3, 6 and 1, 3, 5, 6. So for this one, if num1 is greater than 2, but less than num3, which it's not, or num1 is less than or equal to num2, and num1 is greater than or equal to 3. That's not how this works. That is. I don't get how that works. So this is an OR thing. Or num1 is greater than number 4. Num1 is less than num4. I don't get how this how does this work? Num1 greater than oh. False. Num1 is greater than or equal to 3, and num1 is less than or equal to false. Num1 is greater than or equal to 4. Num1 is less than false. Num1 is greater than or equal to 5. and 4, 2, 4, 2. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, that shit is not right. Really good. And that's 3. It's 3 is. I'm not explaining the questions right, but it's just like, oh, it's right. It's just like, why is it right all of a sudden? False, 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 false. But medium is num1. What? Wait, what? This is some freaky ish right here. This is some freaky ish. Let me just skip. It checks if it's between 5 and 3. Normal checks between 6 and 9. Here's how this opens up. First, we check if 1 is greater than 5, and that's 1. That's the second. This false because 1 is not greater than 5. Then we check if 1 is greater than 3, and it's true. It's true because this is true because 1 rank is from where else check this one. Similar to the second third search num2, which is and it's not explaining it correctly. Num2 is 1. All of these are false. ChatGPT is really bad. Let me see if this shit works, bro. I'm sitting here asking ChatGPT this whole time. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. If it works, I need to figure out why this shit works. Because if I picked one that just literally breaks it, right? Convenience 3. Am I done? I'm trying to fight here this whole time. I'm trying to figure out why is it right. It's giving me the. What? What? Um, they're just like purposely not doing it. Cause I'm just like, what is going on? Why am I tweaking? This jump is stop. Like I'm not crazy. This is when I should have been moved on to a different album. Are you kidding me? This is BS. Alright, bro. What? Board, country four. I'm pissed because I spent like 2 hours on this. There should be a way. Why is it giving me such dumb? I give up. That's very frustrating. I don't know if it was a trick question, you know. I can't find an answer online that isn't ridiculous. It's just like there's no way I was supposed to be able to code that, because we're going from wait, what? We were just making a video. He's being too insecure, but what you... This is just a this is just a video. Alright, well, I'm going on to the next pro. That just annoyed me a lot. Like, it just, I sat here for like 2 hours basically trying to figure out why this junk isn't working. And I can't find any I can't find anything. This is why it's like AI is taking over. Are you like? Only if states that like it only makes sense that this can be used. If statements and function. It don't work. It don't work. I give up. That was just very frustrating. Yeah, now we're on to loop then. And boy, do I not want to read.